I think you all know that I've always felt the 9 most terrifying words in the English language are, I'm from the government and I'm here to help.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Everything that we're going to be talking about today is a hypothetical, and this all takes place in Minecraft or Black Ops 6 or whatever you're using. Today we're going to be talking about the civilian full semi-auto machine IAR LMG XYZ. You all know what I'm getting at, right? The Minutemen machine gunner. We're going to be using the LMG versus the IAR interchangeably. For our team, it's same difference. If I talk same machine gun, it's most likely an IAR. But that's what we're getting into. So your group, your mag, your team, your group, whatever, y'all are going to have to set your own SOPs, standard operating procedures, for how you want to do things. For us, anytime that the machine gunner comes out, he always has an assistant, because we're either going to be using him in a saw gunner's capacity, or we're going to be using him in an IAR's capacity. It's more so an IAR with a full semi-auto trigger running a D60, basically. So how are we going to do this? How are we going to set it up? The thing that, it is super cold and super windy here. We've got more snow coming in, so bear with me, and that's also going to speed this up. But the biggest disadvantage to running something that's full semi-auto is capacity. Do you have enough ammunition to feed this thing? When you're laying down suppressive fire, you chew through shit. Again, to remind everybody, in case you've never been here before, I have never been or claimed to have been military. I just am friends with people who are and have done my research and stuff, and I know that you're going to go through ammo. Cowboy called his saw Sweet Melissa. You know, we've talked. I understand. And the biggest thing to it, besides the fact that you're going to be moving slower, there's several cons to doing this. Besides the fact that you're going to be running a little bit slower, because that's a lot more weight. It eats ammunition. You got to be able to feed that thing. So our team SOP is, if we're bringing out the full semi-auto, the IAR, the LMG, however you want to call it, they have to have an assistant. Now that, to me, the gunner's rig isn't as important as the assistant's rig in how you're carrying ammunition. So the gunner, you know, the one who's actually doing the shooting, will be running whatever he wants. In this case, I have the taps, and the way that I set my taps up is I have 4 mags. In the main pouches, I use these for radio pouches. And then I can run 2 more mags, plus pistol mags, whatever. This thing changes the most out of all my rigs. And I love the taps for how modular it is. And there is a dump pouch on the bottom. I basically, when I'm using the dump pouch, it's usually to hold empty or mostly empty magazines. I think as the gunner, you're going to be running 1 D60 in the gun, and then you're probably going to want to run 1 on your rig. Now, the Milsurp Canteen GP pouches are amazing. is while, yes, this is cinched down to fit this, a D60 will fit in here, right? So if I'm the gunner, I'm going to have a D60 in the rifle at all times. Then I'm going to have one of these pouches over here where I'm going to have my secondary. Maybe I'm running a full set of mags. I typically have my IFAK in a fanny pack on me. And as much as I love my belt kits, I don't usually run a belt. And as the gunner, I don't really think I need a belt. If I have my IFAK on me, I probably have like an assault pack on, a 24-hour bag. If I'm running 8 mags plus a D60 already in the gun, I probably have the assault pack, so I have a camelback on or whatever. I'm fine to lay down some hate, 120 rounds worth. By the time I'm through both of those magazines, that's when my assistant gunner should already be placing out more D60s for me. And so for me, I'm working on modifying the splick for the assistant gunner's rig. I'm going to take the standard 3-mag, you've all seen them, the 3-mag, mil-serp stuff that holds 3 mags and still has molly on it. I'm going to put 2 of those on here so they can run 6 of their own mags. And then on top of here where these pouches are at, there's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 D mags, the D60s. So the assistant gunner is going to be running 4 D60s plus 6 of their own mags. What's nice is there's enough room left over that you could do like another pouch here and another pouch here as duals. So they would have 10 mags of their own. Plus they're carrying 4 D60s for your gunner. They're also going to have on a pack. They're going to have on like a 3-day pack. So they can have all their shit in it. And then you can have like 2 D60s sitting on top of all their stuff at the very top of the pack. And then at least 1 pouch on each side, if not 2 pouches on each side on the outside of that pack that also has D60s. So you have 2 to 4 more. So you're looking at having 4 to 6 D60s in the pack that your assistant gunner is carrying, plus 4 on the rig for the gunner. That's 10. And the gunner already had 2. That's 12. That's 720 rounds. That's at least going to get you away from the situation. Maybe 2, depends on how you do it. Depending on, it's all met TC, right? Depending on how it goes. So I don't know if I mentioned it or not. Our SOP is when there's a gunner, there's also going to be an assistant. However, that team will travel. I mean, it has to be super critical to do less than 6 people. Whenever we're running with a gunner, it's going to be in a group of 6. Whether that's a team leader plus 5 or 6 plus your team leader. I really don't like sending a gunner out when there's only 4 people, because you have to have the assistant that sticks with him, which means that you've only got 2 guys, and you don't really want to separate those 2 guys. You know, you want there can be in our team SOP, there can be no less than 2 people together. Security, right? We try not to split up too much more than that. So it's fine if you leave your gunner's position with 2, and then you have team A that's got 2 and team B that has 2, and they can do flanking or security or whatever, the assault. This is all theory, but I want to hear down in the comments are you guys thinking about this? Is your mag talking about these things? Are y'all setting SOPs for yourself? And the only reason we started with the machine gunner theory part instead of everything else is because that's just what I'm working on right now. I don't have D60s yet. I don't have an H-bar barreled AR yet. I don't have a full semi-auto trigger or safety or whatever I would be using yet. And that's probably a ways down the road. Like we have SOPs for this and we don't have it. But when we're setting up our SOPs, it's important to think of everything you could possibly need, work through the most important till you get everything done, and then you're set up for whatever. But that includes food and water and medical, and there's a lot of things that are more important than having a civilian LMG, is what I'm saying. Do I want one? Yes. Is that my goal to have one? Yes. At least one. But that's something that's a ways off. That doesn't mean that I can't work out the theory now. I can't go ahead and set the rigs up now because I want to, and I can do whatever I want. So let me know down in the comments. Have you guys been having these conversations? Have you thought of a plan for your, because we're talking about the civilian LMG, have you thought of a plan on how are you going to have that be a part of your plan? If you are, how are you going to utilize it? How's your team going to be running? Have you considered the ammo capacity that you're going to have to have to feed this fucking thing? What do you think about my theory and how they're, you know, having the assistant gunner and how everything would be set up? Sucks for the assistant gunner because the assistant gunner is going to require his own rifle and he's going to require his own capacity of magazines, which, you know, Minutemen have adopted the 7 mag 210 round requirement. So having 6 mags on here of their own plus the one in the rifle gives them 7. But as I said, you could also do 2 double mag pouches on the side of that, and that would give them 10 plus 1, which is more than enough. They have to carry their own gun because they're going to have to protect themselves, obviously, but they're also pulling security for the gunner, you know. Also, you're not always going to be in that position of laying down hate, right? You hope not anyways. So they have to be able to fend for themselves. So they're going to have their own, but they're also carrying you know, what did I say? There would be 4 on here. So that's another 8 pounds. We'll call it 10 pounds. And then the 4.26 on the back. So you're talking about another 10 to 15 more pounds. So they're carrying anywhere from 15 to 25 extra pounds of weight to feed the machine gunner, which is also why we're not necessarily always going to be running a machine gunner on every mission that we go on, every patrol. It really is Met TC. Anyways, that's all I wanted to talk about. Let me know what you think. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you are not subscribed already. If you like this, send this to all the members of your mag. Share this video out to them. Let them watch it. Then y'all sit down and have a conversation about it. If you want to support the channel, there are links down in the description to all of our sponsors: Jace Medical, Condor Outdoors, LA Police Gear, Exfil Enterprises, and the Ghillie Dude, which actually, full disclosure, I don't make any money off of the Ghillie Dude, but he has given y'all a discount to save yourself some money if you want a ghillie hood made for you. So if you want to support the channel, that's the best way to do it. That's all I got for you guys. Remember, stay ready so you ain't got to get ready.